On today's episode of White Women Doing a Pirouette Right into a What the Fuck, Texas Historical Group removed slavery books at ex-slave plantations. Around 24 titles, including slave narratives, were removed after one white woman's repeated complaining. The Texas Historical Commission has removed around 24 race-related books from the gift shops of two former slave plantations because one person complained, according to Texas Monthly. The magazine reported this week that Michelle Haas, a white amateur historian, began emailing a commission board member after visiting the Varner Hogg plantation last year. The magazine reported that Haas thought that the Varner Hogg plantation presented too much information about the enslaved black people who worked the sugarcane fields and not enough about the white people who lived in the main house. What? I came here to learn history, and here you are pushing an agenda to try to make me feel ashamed to be white. The melanin-free audacity it takes to complain about books about slavery at a plantation. Not only is this lady an amateur historian, she's also an author. And does it surprise you that the lady who's bitching about books about slavery at a plantation wrote a book that attempts to debunk 12 years a slave? Haas disputes Northrop's account of his life and argues that many U.S. histories are overly harsh to the South and do not acknowledge that slavery was a socially acceptable and economically worthwhile practice worldwide at the time our 13 colonies arose. Nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying, well, I mean, they had to sneak around and hide their slaves because nobody accepted it back then. Nobody is saying, I mean, they actually lost profit margins because of slavery. Nobody's fucking saying that. I would bet a whole lot of money this woman also bitches about Confederate statues being moved or removed because we can't be erasing history. I mean, the motherfucking caucasity it takes to go to a plantation and bitch that the gift shop has books about slavery. I cannot believe that they had this here. I mean, this is where I wanted my daughter to get married. You think I'm going to let her spend the happiest day of her life surrounded by things that try to make her feel ashamed to be white?